What the fuck is happening in the world of wrestling? I took one night off. I was gonna watch Impact. I decided to go to Costco and go to the gym instead. And now all hell is breaking loose over Kenny King appearing on TNA TV. Honestly, when I was at the gym, I was reading through Twitter and I was talking to my buddy Kevin at Man on Fire 906. And from what I thought, from what I was reading, is that Kenny King just showed up and did a dark match before the show started, much like other wrestlers have done recently. It seems like they've been bringing a lot of names in to work the dark matches, and I was wondering if they were just bringing these people in to get the cheap pop, seeing how maybe the people who were in attendance were seeing a wrestler that was getting a dark show tryout, and they were stealing somebody from ROH or from WB. Last big name I can think of, well, it might not be a big name to you, but from listening to The Art of Wrestling, is Super Domino came in a few weeks ago, and I thought that was really something big, but he never seems like he got a call back or he didn't get signed or anything like that, so it really wasn't that big of a deal looking back. But for Kenny King to be the ROH Tag Team Champion and show up on Impact and actually wrestle a match and win that match in order to deserve to move on to the tournament for the X Division Championship, that is pretty much a big deal. And it's not like even like TNA and ROH are even involved in some sort of a ratings war or anything like that. It reminds me of the stuff that used to go on back in the day between WWF and WCW during those bitter Monday Night Wars. Kenny King's jumping over surprises me, not only because they just won the tag team championships, not just because him and Red Titus are a great team in ROH, one of my favorite teams. I can't say that they're more of a favorite than the Briscoes, but I mean, you gotta love everything that these guys do and everything that they've done. I mean, Kenny King has poured his whole life into wrestling ever since appearing on season 2 of Tough Enough. If you want to go way back when, I've had the I've been lucky enough to meet Kenny King twice. One time I met him in the parking garage in Atlanta, and he was more than nice to me to sign a DVD cover. Second time I met him in Miami at the pre-show meet and greet, which was I guess you say like a paid thing. I had to give him money in order to meet him, but all in all, him and Red Titus went out to show that they were appreciative that I was fans, and that I did say that I loved their matches, this, that, and the other. But Kenny King moving over to TNA does uh, uh, make it a little weird. I'm not sure because ROH wrestles a lot more house shows, it seems like, and they have a lot more of the iPay-per-views. They're not on the bigger scale that TNA is, but I'm just wondering how much money is how much better the money's going to be to make this jump over to TNA, who doesn't have as many dates, doesn't have any appearances. Is he really going to be able to get out and hit up those independent scenes? My buddy freaking A88 already brought up the fact of him going to PWG and picking up some dates would be great, and that Kenny King already said that he likes to work those crowds. But honestly, the first thing that comes to my mind is ROH seems to love him, and they've just put the tag titles on him, and he's had great singles matches in the past. Was his ceiling met in ROH? Was it just over money, or did he think he couldn't grow anymore? Because moving over to TNA, I mean, they do have the X Division title, but the X Division title is not what it once was. As you can see, the people that Austin Aries has been facing as he had the title, he hasn't had the greatest opponents, and a lot of the opponents that made the X Division great are on their way out, and Alex Shelley, and other guys. I mean, there's not many guys that AJ Styles or Christopher Daniels that broke through the glass ceiling are now that are more single stars. They get to see more TV appearances. Most guys like Shayna Moore, get to live their moment in the sun, and then they're on their way out. So for Kenny King to make this jump, it is a ballsy jump. I always thought that if he did go anywhere, it would be WB over TNA. I felt that, there was that big story last year that Triple H was going to try and rebuild the tag team division, which didn't admit shit because they're still using singles guys out there, and the tag teams that they do have, like the Usos, aren't seeing anything at the light of day. But those are just my thoughts on the whole Kenny King jump. Anybody else has anything to leave down in the comments? Like I said, Kenny King, an awesome dude. Both times I met him, and it's not just because I paid him like at a Wrestle Reunion deal. One time was honestly just I ran up to him in the parking lot and he was cool as shit. That time that I met him, Christopher Daniels, he was nice also. I just didn't have anything for him to sign. Red Titus hid in the back behind his dry cleaning or his shirts that he was hanging up. He obviously didn't want to talk to anybody. And I don't remember him having that bad of a day in the ring, so I don't know what that was. But Kenny King, straight up cool dude. I wish him the best. I wonder if this TNA jump is the best decision.